Hi everyone, welcome to the Farm.ily. We're in the kitchen today and I'm here with Ella and she is going to help me make our favorite drink that tastes like what?
Orange juice.
Like orange juice, so it tastes like orange juice. It is actually the Trim Healthy Mama's Singing Canary drink that we make here at the farm. I tweak it just a little bit so that it does taste like orange juice. It has loads of anti-inflammatory properties along with antioxidants. It's a great energy boost without the caffeine. It's a drink that I love. I don't really indulge in orange juice because of the added sugars in that. It just tends to make my blood sugar spike a little bit. So I don't do orange juice, and Jeff is on an anti-inflammatory diet, so I make this for him a lot. It's one of his favorite things. So we're gonna get started today and I'm gonna show you just how we do it. We tweak it a little bit, but like I said, it's one of our favorite drinks. So we have got 4 fresh lemons here. You really want these to be nice and ripe and soft. The softer they are, the better. So these have been sitting out on my countertop for probably a week or so. So we're gonna make those. So what we're gonna do is we are just gonna take these lemons and we are gonna cut them into quarters. And then we are gonna take the seeds. We're gonna take the seeds out. Ella, they smell good, don't they? Yeah, can you try to take some of the seeds out of them? We're gonna take the seeds out. You don't have to take the seeds out, but it is just a little bit better if you can take them out because they're not so, they don't get so chopped up in the blender. So anyways, like I said, we're gonna just take these lemons and we're gonna quarter them, and I'm gonna just cut the edges off. You want the whole lemons because there is so many great vitamins and properties in the white, which is called the pith, and then also in the rind. So we want the whole lemon. And I'm actually doubling this recipe. That's why I'm using 4 lemons today. The original recipe just calls for 2, but a single recipe does not do very much for our family. You need a rag. Did you get lemon juice in your eye? Yeah, don't get lemon juice in your eyes. Be careful when you're chopping up lemons. Are you okay? It stings. Does it sting? Do you want to go see Mel? Go in and go see Mel, and she'll rinse your eyes out. Can you go see her? Go take the rag in and go see her. Here you go. Go take it in. Yes. Don't get lemon juice in your eyes because that could burn. So Ella decided to get lemon juice into her eyes. So we're just gonna put that to the side. So we have 4 lemons here, and then I have my blender. I use a Blendtec. I love my Blendtec mixer, but you can use any mixer that you have at home. $20 blenders work great, or Vitamixes work great. So like I said, this is a Blendtec that I have. In the blender, I have about 1.5 cups of water in here, and we're putting just the whole lemons in that I have quartered. So about 1.5 cups of water into the Blendtec. We're gonna put the lid on this and we're gonna make some noise. We just want to blend this up completely to where everything is pureed. Are you back?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna make some noise. Are you ready? All right, we're gonna make some noise. Ready? Here we go. So that was about 45 seconds blending up in the Blendtec, and that created a really nice lemon puree and juice. You're back. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I have a 1/2 gallon glass jar. This is gonna make a 1/2 gallon of our drink. You're gonna take that off? Okay, we're gonna take this one off too, okay? We're gonna take that off and we're gonna set that over here. And so what we're gonna do is I have these strainer bags that I really like to use. These are just a nylon mesh bag. If you don't have one of these, you can use cheesecloth. You can use a metal strainer as long as it's really fine, but you wanna catch all of this pulp in it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pour this through the strainer and let that catch all of the pulp and the pits and everything that is blended up, because we want all of the juices and all of the vitamins from those lemons to go into this jar. So we're just gonna set that in there. And then I am going to just let that set. It looks yucky.
Yeah.
It's not yucky, it's just lemon juice. And so we're gonna let that set. Jeff, can you go get me a rubber band? So we're gonna, I forgot a rubber band. It's usually nice to just have a rubber band to rubber band this across to hold it. The longer it sits, the longer it will, it'll strain. So we're just gonna do that. You can also take it out if you're in a hurry and just kind of twist it and strain it with your hands. I'll do that like at the very end, just to try to get all of those properties off of there. And then what we're gonna do, you're waving, I know you're waving at everybody, say hello.
Hi.
Hi. So we're just gonna take a rubber band and I'm just gonna rubber band this on there really good. And hopefully not break this rubber band.
Need it?
Because we want it to stay on there.
Nope.
Up, it's gonna pop off. Jeff, you wanna help me here for a second? Can you hold that down? Sometimes it takes two of us to do this project. Oh. Let's see if it hits me. It might just hit me in the face and fling the rubber band at me. Oh, there, we've got it. So now that's on there and we're just gonna let that drain. So while that drains, one of the things that I am gonna do is I've got just a pitcher of water and I'm just gonna add just a little bit of water to that so that it'll just strain down a little bit better. So we added some water into this lemon juice and we're just gonna let that sit there for a second and let that finish straining. Yep, you can just watch it strain, how about that? And then we're gonna get the next steps ready. So a couple of the things that we're going to use in this is we're gonna use, this is a vitamin C powder. It's just a pure buffered vitamin C powder. We're also going to use MCT oil. If you don't have MCT oil, you can also use coconut oil. So you can melt coconut oil and use that. So I have here just an organic coconut oil, so you can use that. I prefer the MCT powder or the MCT oil though. And then we're gonna be using a natural sea salt. We're gonna be using turmeric, and we're gonna be using stevia, and we're gonna be using a little bit of protein powder. I use the Trim Healthy Mama brand, but you can use any brand that you like. I just like the Trim Healthy Mama brand because it does not have any fillers and it's just super healthy. The other thing too that I'm gonna be adding today, a little tweak that I do is the baobab powder and wild orange essential oil. This is what gives it more of an orange juice flavor rather than just like a tart lemon turmeric flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on that. And what I'm going to do is I am going to start here with my turmeric, and I need a cup to mix some water in actually.
I'm gonna make this. Mom, what can I help? Mom, what can I help?
Mommy, what can I help? Here, it's gonna be a minute.
Help.
Yep, just a minute.
I'm on a stove. I'm on a stove.
Yeah. So we're just gonna start mixing up some of these dry ingredients that we're gonna add to our drink. It just saves a few steps while this is finishing out straining. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the turmeric, and it is 2 teaspoons of turmeric, and I'm just gonna add that into this bowl. And turmeric is a great anti-inflammatory. It just has a ton of health benefits into turmeric. So do some research on turmeric. It also has the tendency to just reduce inflammation, and then also I think it helps with blood pressure and balancing blood sugars. So we have 2 teaspoons of turmeric here in this bowl, and then we're gonna also add 2 teaspoons of this protein powder. You can use any brand protein powder that you want. Like I said, this is the Trim Healthy Mama brand. It's just the plain. Like I said, any protein powder that you want, you can add to that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add about 4 pinches of mineral salt to that. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're just going to give this a quick little stir. And then I use stevia to sweeten everything in the house. So this is stevia that I actually have imported from Bolivia. It is actually raw organic stevia. And it is the only stevia that I have found that has no bitter aftertaste. And everybody who comes to our house, I use it to make sweet tea with, or lemonade, or fruit punch, or our Singing Canary drinks. I also use it for desserts, but there is no bitter aftertaste. I have had some of the best stevia critics that I know in my house, and they have had this and they have never known that it was not sugar. So what we do with this is I am using, I will use for a half a gallon of the Singing Canary, I will use about a half a teaspoon of stevia of this. It is highly concentrated. So usually when I make this, I use like a half a teaspoon of this to a gallon of sweet tea, and it is plenty. So like I said, I have this imported from Bolivia. I usually get a whole box of it at a time because I just like to keep this on hand, and I use it in powder and liquid. So if you follow along very much, you will see me use this both in the liquid and the powder, and then you'll also see me if you ever see Jeff and I like at a restaurant or out in public, I always keep the stevia drops in my purse because we use it for everything. So we've got that all mixed together. That's all of the dry ingredients. So what we're gonna do next is we're just gonna really quick finish straining off this lemon pulp out of this bag. So we just want to strain that really good. And then I'm just going to set this back into, you can see how full that is because that bag is like completely full of pulp. So, and actually I don't really want to lose any juice in there, so I'm just going to grab a cup and hope that that doesn't fall here for a second. I'm gonna grab a cup and I'm gonna just set this down into this cup because I want to finish squeezing all of that in there in a second. So we're just gonna kind of let that sit there for a minute. So that's kind of just setting right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just put all of these dry ingredients right into this lemon juice concentrate. And that's all we do there. And then this is homemade vanilla. So I had a lovely customer that gifted us this homemade vanilla, and it is wonderful. And one day I'll teach you how to make homemade vanilla because it's super easy, but it makes the very best gifts. So I am just adding a teaspoon of this homemade vanilla to this. And then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of MCT oil. In case you don't know what MCT oil is, MCT oil is a medium chain triglyceride from coconut and or palm oil. Like I said, you can use just melted coconut oil if you'd like, but it is, I love the benefits of MCT oil. So we will go into all of those health benefits one day as well. So that was 2 teaspoons of MCT oil, and then the teaspoon of vanilla. And then what I like to do is, this is just wild orange oil. You could use extract if you don't like using oils. If you do use oils, make sure that it's a high quality ingestible oil. So I just do 12 drops of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 drops of that. And then our vitamin C powder, in that is also 2 teaspoons. So 2 teaspoons of vitamin C powder. So this is loaded with vitamin C, and this is a great boost of energy drink without any caffeine and anything, everything being all natural. So what I do is I just put my lid on this. I want to shake this really good. Just dissolve everything in there, and then we are just about done with this. So like I said, we just really shake this good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bowl, I'm going to go back to my bag of all of the lemon pulp, and I am just really going to take this and I am just going to squeeze this all out because I want to get all of the benefits of all of that lemon into this. And so you can see how much more is getting squeezed out of that. You can just squeeze all of that out through this mesh bag and you're not going to get any of the pulp. And I really like to squeeze this out until it's like almost completely dry. And so there's just so many great benefits from the rind and from the pith and from all of that fruit inside those lemons. So the more ripe your lemons are, it's definitely easier it is to squeeze all of this out. So that's it. And then all we're gonna do when we're done with this is we're going to fill that jug up. So like I said, that's a 2-quart half-gallon glass jug. We're gonna fill that up with ice, and then we're gonna top it off with water, and then we're done. And you can keep this in the refrigerator. I've had it in the refrigerator. You can keep it in the refrigerator for a week. It never lasts that long in our house. I'm actually usually doing good if I get this to last a day. So our kids love it. They're at school today, so it'll last until they get home. If Jeff doesn't drink it all, because he can do this whole entire jug in one day. Okay, so that is all dried out. There's like hardly anything coming out of this now. So it is all pretty much squeezed out. There's, like I said, hardly anything else coming out of this. We've squeezed it all out. But you can see how much more we've gotten out of that just by squeezing that. So I want to add all of that back in. And then set that here. I'm going to go wash my hands real quick. Okay, so I washed my hands, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to fill this up with some ice cubes and then top it off with water, and then we are all good to go. So I'm gonna grab some ice out of the refrigerator. We have a bag of ice here. We are just going to fill this container up with ice and then give it a good shake and then top it off with water. You can see how bright and yellow this is. It looks just like orange juice. If you could smell the smell in here, it is like so citrusy right now from the lemons and then from the orange, the sweet wild orange oil. The smell is amazing. Like, it definitely smells just like a citrus farm right now. So that is all filled with ice. I'm just going to top it off with with water to the top, and then we're going to give it a good shake. And this is all done. So this is a half a gallon of our Singing Canary drink, which my kids call orange juice. And we're all done. That's it, guys. Have a great day.
Give us a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.